I don't know. It don't, like with me, it don't matter. You know, like I said, this is my division, and no matter how much confidence he got, this is my division. And I'm about to show the world and stamp it. Come June 27th.
You're jumping right in with the man that people believe is one of the top fighters in any weight class in all the boxes. The question I have is why? Why were you so insistent on making this fight happen?
To be great, you have to face the great guys, right? He's one of the best at 154 pounds. And I say I'm the best at 154 pounds. Only way to find out is by stepping in the ring.
Like I said before, I think he's a solid fighter, you know, a good fighter. Like, he's champion for a reason, you know, but I think I do everything better. You know, all around the board, do everything. I can box, I can bang, inside, outside, the ring, whatever you want to do, I can do. And you're gonna see.
Jaron Ennis fired back at Xander Zayas' confidence, making it clear that he is not losing any sleep over the challenge ahead. While he respects Zayas' talent, Ennis remains fully convinced that he will continue his reign as champion and once again prove why he is the dominant force in the division when they finally meet in the ring.
What does he bring to the table that can make this difficult?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't take nothing from him. He's a good fighter. You know, I appreciate him. You know, appreciate him for giving me an opportunity. You know, but I don't really see much. He's a great fighter. He got good fundamentals, good jab. He's smart at times. You know, like I said, no, I'm taking over. This is my division. It don't matter what he do. It don't matter what he brings to the table. I'm gonna show the world why I'm the best in the world. And,
During the press conference, Jaron Ennis questioned Xander Zayas' confidence, suggesting that his actions do not align with his bold words. Ennis argued that a fighter who truly believes in himself would have no issue accepting a 55-45 purse split, with the winner earning the larger share. In his view, any hesitation speaks louder than the confident predictions being made.
Show you why I'm gonna take them belts. The belts come back to Philadelphia.
At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. And I want to see.
I'm taking them belts.
And
they come back
what
to
it
Philadelphia
is.
straight like that.
Hey, you're supposed to think that way.
Ain't no think I know.
You're supposed to think that way.
Ain't no think
Everybody
I know.
has to think that way.
Ain't no think I know.
All right. 23 have tried.
So yeah, I'm not them boys you fought.
I'm not done
bro,
with you fought either.
If I would have fought them same two guys that you fought, it would have been bashing the mess out of me, bro. It's levels, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, it's levels.
All right.
And you're gonna see for yourself. And I'm gonna make you feel everything. And I want you to keep that same energy.
I will always keep
everything.
Following their intense face-off, Jaron Ennis doubled down on his belief that he is the biggest name in the division. He dismissed the talk surrounding Zayas' training sessions with larger fighters, insisting that such preparation means little once the bell rings. According to Ennis, his accomplishments and performances have already established him as the top fighter at 154 pounds.
Levels, and I'm really gonna show him why I'm the best in the world.
Right, and as far as weight, he was talking about moving up to 54 and that being a big difference.
Yeah.
And you were talking about sparring bigger guys, man, and putting them out.
Bro, I box bigger guys, I fight bigger guys. Every time I box somebody bigger, I put him out. He's talking about he bigger or whatever. He's not even big. He got on like little hill platform shoes. Like, we're the same height, bro. Like,
do you think at the championship level, weight really makes a difference, or it comes down to boxing IQ?
The championship level coming down to boxing IQ and who really that, and I'm gonna show. Like I said, on fight night, I'm gonna show I'm really that.
Did you find it amusing? I think I read it. I think he was saying that you was too small. Like, did you find it?
He tried to say I was little. Bro, he's the same height, bro. Like, he gonna find out. I'm gonna show him. He ain't really too much to say.
Would love to know, do you consider him besides yourself? Do you think he's the best guy at 154? Just using the eye chest of this.
Eye chest. I feel like he a solid fighter.
Jose and Nacho Beristain delivered a strong warning regarding Jaron Ennis, describing Boots as one of the most dangerous and complete fighters in boxing ahead of his showdown with Xander Zayas. They believe the matchup may be coming too soon for Zayas, pointing to Ennis' experience, power, and ability to wear opponents down round after round.
Yeah, talk to us more about Boots and what you guys see about him, because that's something that I've always gotten from everybody. No matter who I talk to, they always talk about how dangerous, how skilled Boots is.
He's a complete fighter. He's a puncher, he's a boxer, he's a counter, he knows how to work angles perfect, so he's a dangerous fighter. A complete fighter, he's a dangerous fighter.
It is. I mean, he has everything.
What's Xander missing to be a complete fighter himself?
I say experience. I say fight more. I think he should have fought more like fighters that are experienced on their way out. who can give him those rounds, who can push him to the limits, who can take him to deep waters. I think he's gonna miss that.
The discussion also emphasized how Jaron Ennis has evolved into one of the toughest tests in the division. Many boxing experts view him as a legitimate threat rather than a stepping stone opponent. Even Terrence Crawford has previously acknowledged the danger Ennis' presence, highlighting just how difficult a challenge he can be for any rising star or reigning champion.
How do you see that fight going? Do you think maybe Xander's a little bit too young there?
Too soon.
Too soon. You think it's too soon?
Yeah, I love Sanders, and if he waits and if he's smart and his team is smart, they'll hold on at least 2 more fights, and then release him to the wolves. And I'm just speaking realistic in how I see it, because I wouldn't want him to lose a really hard fight and him just declining. You get me? And it happens. We've seen it with fighters where it's too soon of a fight. I mean, let's not go far. I mean, I hate to use him as an example, but when Vargas fought Trinidad, it was too soon, brother. And, you gotta have and you gotta be patient with your fighters, and I think they have to be patient with Xander Zayas. Not that I'm saying that he can't win. Maybe he can, but maybe he's gonna get hit too much or injured himself. You get me? So wait a little bit for Xander Zayas.
Abner Mares has expressed concerns about Xander Zayas taking on Jaron Ennis at this stage of his career. In his opinion, the timing may be premature, and Zayas could benefit from gaining more experience before facing an opponent of Ennis' caliber. Mares believes that 1 or 2 additional fights against quality contenders would have better prepared him for a challenge of this magnitude. He emphasized that Ennis brings a rare combination of skill, pressure, and ring control that can expose even the most talented prospects, making this a significant risk for Zayas at this point in his development.
And also I'm thinking about is if you really watch Boots does look special all the time. But there's cases where he gets hit a lot. And you're like, man, for you to be so good and so special, why are you getting hit from some of these lower class fighters? So Xander might have seen that. So you know what? Yeah, I know Boots is special. I know he's really, really good, etc. But I see things in this game where I can exploit. And I think when you...
No, you don't get to say all this.
Why not? I mean,
Despite his praise for both fighters, Roy Jones Jr. believes the biggest question surrounding the matchup is timing. He suggested that the fight could either be arriving too early for Zayas or at exactly the right moment, depending on how prepared each man truly is. Jones also emphasized that Ennis needs a challenge of this caliber to answer lingering questions about his resume and further prove himself against elite competition. While he sees Zayas as a talented fighter capable of creating difficult moments, he believes Ennis' physical strength, relentless pressure, and greater experience could ultimately become the deciding factors if the fight reaches championship intensity.
I like him a lot personally. I like his movement. I like how he's carried himself, and I like him I've seen his growth, calling his fights on ESPN. He's got a lot to like. He's got the range, he's got the height, he's tough. He got a whole country behind him, and he fully embraces trying to be the next great Puerto Rican champion. And he's gonna cause some problems for Boots Ennis throughout this fight. But the question, my initial question is this too soon, or is it the right time? Is it ripe and the right time for Xander Zayas? And for Jaron Boots Ennis, he needed this name. He needed this kind of matchup, because that's been the biggest knock on him. It's like, yeah, you passed the eye test. We see you have skills. We respect your movement with your father and coming from Philly and everything that you guys do. We know, it's widespread rumors, and not just rumors, but the truth is Boots is he's a gym rat, and he lives boxing. He really loves the sport, and you see that when he fights. But the question or concern that I have for Boots is Boots has had his...
Tim Bradley has also weighed in on the potential showdown, and he strongly favors Jaron Ennis in the matchup. Bradley believes Boots' movement, timing, and overall ring IQ operate on a different level, making him an extremely difficult puzzle for Zayas to solve. After analyzing Zayas' recent performances, Bradley identified a pattern in which the young contender starts fights sharply, but gradually loses some of his effectiveness in the later rounds. He specifically pointed to the 8th and 9th rounds as periods where Zayas tends to slow down. According to Bradley, the issue may stem from the physical demands of repeatedly cutting and regaining weight between training camps, a process that can sap energy and reduce explosiveness. If that trend continues against a fighter like Ennis, Bradley believes Boots' pressure and power could take control of the fight as the rounds progress.
His way so much that I don't always see Boots, even though he does have skill defensively. He doesn't always use it. I see Boots sometimes get hit with clean flush shots. And I'll see him get hit in a fight with a repeated shot. And my boxing brain says, you took that shot against this guy. What if you get hit with that same shot against that guy? So those are my initial concerns about the fight for both guys. But if it is the right time for Xander, and he's able to pull this...
Tim Bradley believes Xander Zayas could struggle with Jaron Ennis' style. Unlike many of Zayas' previous opponents, Ennis constantly changes angles, applies pressure, and attacks from unexpected positions. Bradley also highlighted Ennis' knockout power, especially with his overhand right and uppercuts. He believes Zayas must build an early lead because if the fight reaches the championship rounds, Ennis' pressure could lead to a stoppage between rounds 9 and 11.
Stop Xander, he good. I've been reading a lot of comments and stuff from people saying that, 9, 10. I've been also seeing, 11. I just got done studying some Xander Zayas, man. Late in the fight, he begins to fade. Round 8, 9, he starts to fade. Yeah. He starts to fade because all that weight he put on. He put on so much weight in between.
Sean Porter views Ennis versus Zayas as a genuine test for both fighters. He praised Ennis' experience, pressure, and ability to wear opponents down, while also recognizing Zayas' athleticism, boxing skills, and potential. Porter believes the key question is whether Zayas can handle Ennis' relentless pace over the course of a full fight. For him, this matchup is all about which fighter can impose their style under championship-level pressure.
Pulls out left, he's trying to, meet him with a left hook or meet him with a right hand, but, it wasn't nothing that was like crazy. With head movement, that Boots gonna be doing, all that head moving and sliding, tucking and moving on angles and shit. Boots, that's what Boots gonna attack is that late. And Boots got power. He got major power, man. And there's spots where I see Xander, man, he just gets himself in some bad spots, man. He drops his hands a lot. I see too much exposure on that left side. Way too much exposure on that left side. He's gonna have to keep that left hand glued to his face because that overhand right of Boots is lethal. It's lethal, man. And Boots turn that uppercut up the middle too, especially from the southpaw stance when Xander's leaning forward, man. Another lethal shot. But man, I see a lot of holes in Xander's game, especially when you start to put that pressure.
Bernie sees the matchup as more competitive than many fans expect. While he favors Ennis and even predicts a possible stoppage around rounds 9 or 10, he believes Zayas has the size, skill, and strength to make the fight interesting. According to Bernie, Zayas is improving rapidly and should not be underestimated.
It's a great boxing mind. I was wondering if I could pick your brain with a particular matchup that was announced yesterday. You sparred with both of these gentlemen. It's Boots and Zayas.
Oh, yes.
Well, I understand Zayas a little younger into his career. Boots, I believe sometime last year we were able to get some work with him.
Yeah.
And you said it's a little closer than what some people are saying. So how do you view that in particular?
Sure, man. You got two soldiers. We always identify ourselves as warriors. So you guys know that we're warriors, right? But I think a lot of times, a lot of fans, they forget that there's two warriors, and they get so caught up in what one warrior has, and they completely forget that even though this guy's got something, listen, this guy standing across from me, like I was saying on the Borderway podcast, we understand that this guy is dangerous, and until we put that guy in the right position, we can't just do it all, And I truly do think that Xander has a lot, not just some. He has a lot.
Bernie described Ennis as one of the most exciting fighters in the division and a future star expected to compete in major fights. However, he also noted that styles make fights. If Zayas can control distance and stay disciplined, he could make things difficult. Still, Bernie believes Ennis' pressure and timing make him the favorite.
Steve Main, thank you for the 2-piece. I got Boots by knockout, 9 or 10. Xander not it. What's your thoughts? You think a knockout would happen?
I don't know. Xander can box. Xander's a big guy. He didn't field out for the weight, you know what I'm saying? He's put on a little bit more muscle, I don't know. I think he's...
Gold is on?
It's not, yeah, definitely. I mean, I mean, and I think I don't want to underrate. I don't want to overrate Karen, and I don't want to underrate him. You know, but I think if a guy like Karen can actually do even better, he did better even in the second fight. You know, so I don't. You know, I think Xander probably right there with him. So I would give it a good chance. I don't know, but I think it's an interesting fight because, I mean, I think Boots is the heir apparent. Everybody is waiting on Boots to outshine the pack. You know.
Gary Russell Jr. is leaning toward Ennis to win the fight. While he respects Zayas' fundamentals and boxing ability, he believes Ennis has superior physical strength, athleticism, and ring awareness. Russell also praised Boots for knowing when to apply pressure and when to stay patient, making him an even more dangerous opponent.
You know, against a guy like Xander, he still got a lot to prove, but that goes right in the right direction. You know, that opens him up for the Kelly fight, which he's with over there with those guys. He can do that. Or, you know, he can fight Fendora, who's the king of the
negotiations. And
he wants to. We ain't gonna put.
Anything happens though. Anything can happen.
No, I think that's gonna be all right. You know, if Top Rank. I don't know how serious the negotiations is, but I think definitely want to put Boots in with a champion. You know, being that Virgil Ortiz, the fight didn't materialize. It was a hot fight. Wasn't for the championship. Again, I said that, you know, Boots being a champion, a unified champion, a lineal champion, you know, he's going to want a title belt around his waist, which most fighters do. You know, it brings more money, it brings more prestige, and it brings a little bit more swag to the.
Russell also highlighted Ennis' versatility, especially his ability to switch stances and create different angles. He expects Zayas to rely on technical boxing and combinations, but warns that trading punches with Ennis could be costly. In the end, Russell believes Zayas has the talent to compete, but Ennis' power, athleticism, and adaptability give him the edge.
June 27th, you got Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas. Big fight in Barclays Center.
Yo, I seen that. I said, hold on now. Hold on now, Xander. Shorty nice. He nice. I would hate for it to be an upset. I'm going with Boots. Why? He got more of his man strength now. Not only do he got more of his man strength, he's learning himself better. He still got kinks that I see. I don't think nobody else sees it, but I see it. I feel like
The debate is over. Now it's time for Ennis and Zayas to settle it in the ring. Who are you backing? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned to Fight Zone for more boxing updates. Boxing Fire.